everyone, it's Jasmine and welcome back to another Girl Talk video. I am super excited to be filming another one today because you guys seem to really like the first one that I did, and knowing that I can make just a difference to one person's life out there really makes me so happy. So I'm super excited to be doing another one. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. So the other day on my Insta story, I got you guys to send over any questions or topics that you'd like me to talk about in today's Girl Talk, and I received so many questions and suggestions from you guys. So thank you all so much for your questions. I'm gonna try to answer as many as I possibly can today. So the first question is, hi Jasmine, what do you think about girls that don't wear bra? Well honey, I say go for it. Just do what you're comfortable with. There's no such rule that says you have to wear a bra. If you don't want to, if you don't feel comfortable, then don't. I think the key to this is just having confidence and not worrying about what other people think, because people are always going to have their opinions. You just do yourself. You are in this world. You exist to be yourself. And honestly, I know this is a bit TMI, but you know what? I'm still going to say it anyways. When I'm at home just having a chill day, if I'm working from the computer, I don't always like to wear a bra because let's just be real here, it's uncomfortable, okay? So I just don't wear it if I don't want to. I don't care what other people think. So yeah, just do yourself, rock it. If you don't want to wear a bra, don't wear a bra. If you want to wear a bra, wear a bra. The next question is maybe some advices of how to make decisions, like how to choose the best for yourself at the moment to not be stressed. Well, firstly, I do have to say that of course I'm by no means a perfect person, and in the past I definitely have made decisions where if I could go back in time I wouldn't have made that decision, but of course I don't regret anything in life. I don't believe in that stuff. But through my whole self-love and self-growth journey I've had over the past 6 months or so, I've really learned how to make better decisions for myself. So the number one key or rule that I stick to when making any sort of decision is listening to my heart and following my intuition, just following my gut as well. And I'm sure we've all been in that situation where we've made a decision following our brain and we kind of wish we followed our instinct instead. So I say always follow what your heart tells you. Always remember that you are your own best guru. No one knows you better than yourself. So if it's just a simple decision, then listen to your heart and don't overthink it. And then of course sometimes we have to make big decisions or ones that are more serious. And so for example, recently I've had to make a decision of whether or not I want to go back to uni, and I think that is a pretty big decision. So in those instances I would say definitely talk to people that you trust and people that you feel good talking to. So whether that be your family members, your mom, your dad, your sister, or your best friend, talk to people that you trust and you know you can gain information and knowledge from and can help you to make the best decision for yourself. Professionals are always a great option as well, and also don't forget to just take your time if it allows you to. If it's not an immediate decision you have to make, then take your time and don't rush. And something that I always ask myself when I make big decisions is this true for me? Or is this aligned with my values? And then as for avoiding stress when making big decisions, for me personally, knowing the consequences of being stressed really does deter me from becoming more stressed. So for example, I know that when I'm stressed I get really bloated. It's very uncomfortable, so that really deters me. And also something else I like to ask myself is, will this matter in 5 years time, this decision? And most of the time the answer is no, so that helps me to combat stress as well. The next one is, hi Jasmine, can you please talk about how to deal with girl drama, rumors, etc. Definitely this is a topic that I think is quite common, especially amongst teenagers these days, and unfortunately it still does happen. And I think the answer is always love. It's something that I believe very strongly about. Love is always the answer. And I do think that drama and rumors are quite separate in that I think rumors can tend towards a certain type of bullying. So let's just first go with drama. So if you are perhaps in a girl drama yourself, you're in it, then I think firstly, of course, choose love. deal with the situation with love and communicate. That is so key, because girl drama usually starts from misunderstandings or whatnot within a group of people. So communicate with each other, really talk it out, speak your real feelings, be true, and discuss it together. You need to work together. On the other hand, if you are surrounded by a group of people who are constantly in girl drama or talking about it, then I would personally just change my environment. I would change my group of friends. I would stray away from that, because really that does give you negative feelings and emotions, and you don't want to be that way. And you know, you can't control people. You can definitely be the example and not participate in it, but you can't control others. So just change your environment and continue to spread the message of love yourself. And also, if you're surrounded by people who constantly are trying to spread rumors, then again, change your environment as well and don't be a part of it. Now, if the drama or rumors in particular are specifically about you, then stand up for yourself. Please do that, because you are more than worthy of standing up for yourself, and it's not okay. It's a form of bullying. Let someone know. I think that by keeping it all to yourself, it does create a lot more stress, and reaching out to people will lift a weight off your shoulders. So even though bullying is never ever okay, and I know it's a very serious topic, so I don't take it lightly at all, at the end of the day, you cannot control others. As I mentioned before, happiness is in your own hands. Don't let others influence that or have power over your own happiness. So just remember that others' opinions don't define who you are. You define who you are. And if possible, if you can, change your environment. So if that means moving to another school or just even hanging out with a new group of people, whatever you can change to allow yourself to be in a more positive environment, do it. The next question / topic is about dating. So dating never dated, and how you feel about girls who have never had a boyfriend. So I've personally never ever dated a guy before. I've never even been on a date. I've never been asked out before, in person at least. But you know what? That's okay. And I don't think anything about girls who haven't dated before. It's none of my business, and it just doesn't matter. I don't really understand why there's this whole big thing about dating. Like, if you don't have a boyfriend, if you're not dating, then you must be so lonely and it's not good to be single. Like, why does that thought even exist? For me personally, I do believe in destiny, and that there is some sort of divine power out there who does have a plan for me. So I'm just going with the flow of things, just taking my time, not pressuring myself, not falling into the trap of society's expectations, and most importantly, I'm just staying open wide. I think those two words are my new favorite words. Just stay open wide and be open to all the possibilities there are in the world. And seriously, there is nothing to rush, especially if you're young like me. I'm only 19, I'm turning 20 this year, but I'm still young. I'm in my prime years and I want to enjoy life as it is. So I definitely wouldn't mind if I was in a relationship now, or if I had a boyfriend, but at the same time, I don't mind that I am single right now. It honestly doesn't matter. I just need to accept the situation for it is right now, and that is the way to happiness, because if you don't accept the now, then you can't be happy. I respect myself, so I'm not going to go date someone just for the sake of dating a guy for society's expectations or anything like that. And I think that as long as you love yourself, that is the most important love and the first step to any relationship. You need to have a healthy and good relationship with yourself first before you can have a healthy and long-lasting relationship with someone else. So yeah, I know that was a lot just then, but just don't worry. Seriously, don't worry, and take your time. Don't pressure yourself, and things will fall into place when they're meant to. Have confidence, girl. The next one is, how do you handle anxiety? And actually, this is a topic that I don't think I've ever touched on before, because I know it's a very serious topic, anxiety, and I don't take it lightheartedly at all. And I do feel a bit vulnerable sharing this because it is quite personal, but I am ready because I want to connect with you guys more. I'm just human, just like you. So as for me personally, I do find that I guess I've always been a bit of an anxious person. I remember in high school, my friends used to say that I was the anxious one, and so it's never been anything too serious, and I wouldn't ever say that I have had anxiety, because again, that's a very serious topic, but sometimes I do feel a bit anxious before I leave the house, before I go to a social event, or even just taking the bus sometimes. Sometimes I really just overthink and I feel a bit anxious. And for me, how I deal with that, I know it may only seem like a little thing, but maybe some of you guys can relate, but what I tell myself is that I just say, Jasmine, everything will be alright, and I repeat that in my head until I leave the door, and yeah, everything is alright. It's because I just overthink, and I always just challenge myself, because going out that door may feel a bit uncomfortable, but if I just push myself, everything is fine at the end of the day. And that's just how I deal with feeling a bit anxious sometimes, but as I said, I know that my type isn't very serious, but yeah, that's just my experience. The last topic is the one that I got the most requests for, and definitely a topic that I am super passionate about, and I have talked a lot about. I think it made up the majority of my first girl talk, so if you haven't watched that yet, feel free to do so. So today I just want to touch on it briefly, but that topic is self-esteem and loving yourself and accepting your appearance, because I know that so many of us girls, and perhaps guys as well, can relate to this and do struggle with it. And including my past self as well, I used to have such low self-esteem, and I just didn't like my appearance, and I think that's because I just kept comparing myself to others and what I saw on social media. The first step I would say is to just don't compare yourself. Switch off your mobile phone if you need to, delete your social media apps, stop comparing yourself, because you are so unique. It's incredible how unique you are. You are on this planet, there's just one of you, and you need to embrace every single aspect. This whole thing about being perfect is just so made up, because even though we're not perfect, we are perfect as we are. Who says that having acne is imperfection? These are just all made up by society, and we are perfect as the way we are. Know your worth and your uniqueness, and just rock yourself. Seriously, embrace it. Just be confident, because you are more than worthy of it. You just deserve to love yourself fully. And of course, sometimes I may feel a bit down about myself, which is totally normal, but overall my self-esteem has really improved compared to the past, and I'm so grateful. And one thing that really changed my life and my perspective and helped me to improve my self-esteem was the analogy of me when I am gone, when I am in heaven. So you know, of course, no one lives forever, and one day we will grow our angel wings. And when I think about what I want to be remembered for, I don't want to be remembered for having that waistline or all those physical appearances that don't matter. I want to be remembered for someone who made a difference to the world, who touched people's hearts, who made people happy, those feelings. And also, when you think about it, people are going to remember you for how you made them feel. So if you keep that in mind, I believe that that can really help you. It really helped me, it changed my perspective, and yeah, just know that you deserve to love yourself fully, because you are so unique and so special. I can't emphasize that enough. So yeah, that ends another episode of Girl Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed today, and if you did, please give a thumbs up so I know. And if you have any other topics or questions you'd like me to answer next time, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, also, don't know if you realised, but I have a new plant there, and I have some background fairy lights as well. Just thought that I'd switch it up a bit today. But yeah, that is all for today. And oh, actually, I almost forgot to mention that yesterday I made my blog live. So the past few days I've been working very hard on my own blog/website, and I'm super excited to have that up and running now. So the link is in the description box below. So basically, aside from making videos, I will be making a blog post, because I really like to write. So I'll be making some blog posts on there, from my travels to well-being to languages and all that good stuff. So yeah, feel free to check it out. And that is all for now. So have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you next time. Bye!